Charleston is one of America's prettiest historic cities. So today, we're walking through the top things you need to do when visiting Charleston, South Carolina. The first spot you'll need to check out when visiting Charleston is White Point Gardens. Being located at the southernmost tip of the Charleston Peninsula, it's situated in a great spot along the waterway. This tree-lined park is filled with old statues, lamps, structures, and lots of military relics. It's the perfect spot to relax on a hot day and enjoy some shade and greenery while in downtown Charleston.
The next top spot on our list is Charleston's famous Rainbow Row. Rainbow Row is a strip of historic houses, some of which are over 280 years old. What's so special about this street is all 13 houses share the same beautiful pastel paint scheme. This rainbow color palette has made this one of Charleston's most iconic spots. And while the paint makes these buildings pop, we'll cover other streets you'll need to wander along with even grander Charleston architecture later in this video, so stay tuned.
The next spot you'll need to see when visiting Charleston is Joe Riley Waterfront Park. Located in the heart of Charleston and nestled along the water, this is one of Charleston's most beautiful outdoor walkways. You'll have easy access to the pier, which offers great views of the city. You'll also find tons of benches and palmetto-lined paths to stroll along. The Waterfront Park is also home to Charleston's famous Pineapple Fountain, which is an iconic spot to relax and cool down on a warm day.
Next on our list is one of Charleston's most iconic landmarks, Fort Sumter. For those that don't know, Fort Sumter earned its place in history as the starting place for the Civil War. And today, it's a great place to visit while in Charleston, partly because half the fun of visiting the fort is getting there. Being an island, you'll need to take a ferry to reach Fort Sumter. Luckily, ferry tickets are included in the entrance price and can be purchased in person at the Liberty Square dock or online. We'll link the webpage in the description box below. We recommend parking at the aquarium parking lot located near Liberty Square. It's cheap, easy, and really close by. Once on board, you'll have a 30-minute ferry ride to reach Fort Sumter. Along the way, you'll get some great views of the famous Charleston Bridge, as well as get to see the fort and city from the water. When you reach the island, you'll have about 1 hour to explore the grounds. While here, be sure to take in the impressive fortifications. On many of these walls, you can actually still see the impact marks of where cannonballs struck the bricks. And if you look closely, you can actually even still see some 160-year-old fingerprints baked into the clay, which serves as a grim reminder of the slave brickmakers who were used to build this fort. You can also explore the fort's museum, which walks through the history and important artifacts of Fort Sumter.
So it's really cool. The fort used to be 3 stories tall, and you can actually see there's a line on the flag for how tall the fort used to be. So it's crazy. You're walking around here, it still feels pretty massive, and you think it could be 3 times the size.
After an hour of exploring, you'll board your ferry and be taken back to Liberty Square.
Just a 30-minute drive from the heart of Charleston is the next attraction you need to check out, and that's the Angel Oak Tree. Being almost 500 years old, this tree was a sapling back in the 1500s. Clearly, it's grown a lot since then, and now it spans over 17,000 square feet. For perspective, that's like a single tree sprawling out to cover nearly 4 basketball courts. The area is free to explore, and you can expect to spend probably 15 to 30 minutes here.
So we are at the Angel Oak Tree, and it's really cool. It almost feels like the Whomping Willow out of Harry Potter. It's just massive and so sprawling, and I'm a pretty big guy, and this has to be at least 5 Michaels around. It's magnificent.
Be sure to get here right when it opens if you want to secure some magical pictures before the crowds.
While outside the city limits, you'll need to check out the next Charleston attraction on our list, and that's Magnolia Plantation. With its row after row of magnificent mossy oaks and amazing gardens, this place seriously impressed us and was one of our favorite spots near Charleston. There is a ticket fee to enter, and you can buy your tickets right from the ticket booth on the premises. One of the main reasons we love Magnolia Plantation was there seemed to be something here for everyone. If you like nature, there are massive gardens to explore with gorgeous trails, unique flowers, statues, and bridges. If you're an animal lover, there's tons of wildlife in the marshes and ponds along the paths. Just be sure to watch out for alligators. There's also a zoo with lots of exciting animals to explore that's included with your entrance ticket price. We actually were quite surprised by how many animals they had in the zoo, so this really was a nice bonus if you love animals like us. While there, be sure to say hi to the miniature horses. If you're a history buff, you can also tour the old plantation house, or at least take a seat on the porch and ride on some of the most entertaining rocking chairs that we've ever seen. You can also tour several old slave houses on the property. This exhibit really allowed us to visualize the harsh conditions and everyday lifestyle of the workers who live there, and is a must-see when visiting.
So we just finished up at the Magnolia Plantation. Man, did it blow every expectation we had out of the water. Oh, little
raccoon down there?
And we spent nearly 4 hours there or so just wandering, and there was still more to see whenever we're leaving. I'd highly recommend budgeting at least half a day to see everything here. It was really amazing. The next spot on our list of top things to do in Charleston is Washington Park. This quaint park is located in the heart of Charleston and is a relaxing spot to enjoy some greenery in the area. With lots of benches, statues, and mossy trees to admire, this really is a pleasant escape in Charleston. And next up on our list of top things to do is to take a horse and carriage tour of the city. While we didn't take one ourselves, we've heard they're a great way to admire all of the beautiful spots and learn the history of this unique city. These tours typically last 1 hour, and it's advised to try and buy tickets in advance, as they can sell out on busy days. And if horse and buggy tours aren't your thing, maybe try a ghost tour during the night. We've heard these are super spooky and a whole lot of fun.
If you're looking to shop while in Charleston, you'll need to wander down to King Street. King Street is a stretch of charming shops selling all sorts of items. You'll find great boutiques nestled inside beautiful historic buildings, as well as fun art, antique, and souvenir shops to keep you entertained. Not to mention, it's just a really lively and beautiful strip in the city.
If you're looking to escape the city and catch some sun while in Charleston, be sure to check out Folly Beach. Being just a 20-minute drive from the city center, Folly Beach is a relaxing place with beautiful sand and nice waters. It's also a great spot to catch a sunset if you're looking to cap your day in Charleston.
One of the most pleasant things to do in Charleston is to admire the endless historical homes in this city. And one of the best spots to do that is in the South of Broad area. Here, nearly all the streets are lined with beautiful antique structures, all adorned in the classic Charleston style. You'll see some of the city's prettiest ironwork, gas lights, and private plazas attached to these properties. In some ways, it's almost like stepping back in time, as the city of Charleston places strict rules on the owners of these homes to maintain their historical elements, so they really do still look much like they did way back in the day. If you're looking to snap some of the most picturesque photos in Charleston, you'll find tons of secluded photo ops zigzagging your way through the South of Broad streets.
And while you're in Charleston, it's the perfect time to sample the next item on our list, and that's getting a taste of a true South Carolina delicacy, their unique take on barbecue. While there are tons of restaurants to choose from, there's a great fast food style barbecue joint called Melvin's that we highly recommend checking out. So we're at Melvin's Barbecue right now. This is definitely something that you should check out whenever you're in Charleston, because South Carolina does barbecue a little bit differently. They use a mustard base for their sauce, and it is really, really good.
So the baskets here say it comes with onion ring, singular, and now I totally see why this thing's bigger than my head. Looks super good, super tender. Funnel cake is 100% the way to describe that. Really sweet bread into it. Really good.
So that concludes our list of top things to do while in Charleston, South Carolina. If you found this video useful, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel to see more travel content in the future. Thank you all so much for watching. We really appreciate your support, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.